Alright guys, so today I'm going to have Abraham react to the business behind Logan Paul. The video is by Noah Kagan. It's called How Logan Paul Makes $23.5 million a year. And I think it's a really cool video. I've watched it, but I want to see how you react to it.
In 2013, Logan Paul was just some random kid from Ohio studying to become an engineer. He started making goofy videos on Vine and later on YouTube. Today he has 22.7 million subscribers on YouTube and he's making over $23 million a year from 6 income streams, which I'm going to break down today. Let's dive in.
I'm actually pretty curious about this because, as everybody knows, I just started my YouTube station 4 or 5 months ago. I mean, people have been bugging me for years and years to start a YouTube channel. Now I feel like, man, what an idiot. I should have started a YouTube channel like years ago. It seems like all these people that started it, 10 years ago, 9 years ago, 8 years ago are killing it now because they were just ahead of everybody. And I always talk about in business, the first one to market, the first one that has the hottest business in those areas always do well. And obviously it's the same. The first people that had a cool YouTube channel just are so far ahead of everybody else.
Yeah. Well, one thing that I think is cool to point out that we've actually talked about, like in general with your YouTube channel, like he said 4 streams of income, which now it's more, and I'll tell you more afterwards. That's just based off of his career off of social media and YouTube. He was able to create 4 that make him that much money. So like there's so many ways to make money off this.
How is Logan Paul making his millions? So first off, his boxing matches. This is wild. You've probably heard about Logan Paul versus KSI fight in 2019. This year, Logan Paul is going to fight Floyd Money Mayweather. Yes, I don't know if you've heard about it. This is one of the most famous boxers of all time is fighting a YouTuber.
I wonder if I should start boxing some people if I ever get to like 1 million subscribers. I mean,
you box Cody Sanchez or what?
Cody Sanchez? Yeah, I don't know if she'd take that one.
His first fight with YouTuber KSI, that sold 12,000 seats at the Staples Center. Yes, where the Lakers play. And over 1 million pay-per-view buys, making it the biggest amateur fight of all time. So let's take a look at the pricing of the Logan Paul Mayweather fight. They actually did some really nice things to actually maximize the amount of money they're making that we can all learn from too. Look at the packages. So they did a thing where, hey, within certain dates, urgency, like a timer, really nice being like, yo, you gotta go buy these tickets. So how much is he actually making from boxing? Apparently the 2019 fight where Logan fought KSI supposedly sold over $11 million worth of tickets, and both him and KSI made over $900,000 each. So
$900,000 is a lot of money for a boxing match, but I was expecting to say, oh, they made millions and millions of dollars or whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
But that's his first one. So from there, he's going to get to where he starts making a ton more.
One thing I will say too, like you saw like the marketing strategy of like those tier timed things. Like that's clearly like a really good strategy, like things that you've implemented too.
It's marketing 101. Like anyone that's good at sales does that. Like you have to do that.
I was like, hey Jake, want to hear something crazy? He's like, yeah. I was like, 3 days ago, I sold $1 million in merch in one day, in that one day. You know what's even crazier? He's like, yeah. I was like, I did the same thing the next day. And then I was like, let me stop you there. I did the same thing the day after that. I just made $3 million in 3 days.
How is he actually promoting all this stuff? There's a lot of clever things that he's doing, like giveaways to sell more merch.
So he's good at marketing. He knows how to get people interested. He knows how to get people to do what he wants. So if you're good at marketing, and you have a big name and people follow you, you could pretty much do all kinds of stuff and make a lot of money.
So how much money is he actually making from his merch line? Let's do some math. He's got 22.7 million subscribers on his main channel. We're going to assume about 1% of those people buy from his store every single year. The average order value is around $50. His t-shirts are $35. His hoodies are $89. We're going to do some math. So 22 million people, about 0.01% of his subscribers buy something throughout the year, an average order of $50. We're estimating he's doing around $11 million a year in t-shirts, sweaters, and other merch. I love people making money in weird ways. This is one of the weird ways he's been making money, is his Pokemon card side hustle. Pokemon cards, and supposedly are cool again. It turns out you can make quite a bit of money from flipping them.
So what's crazy is Pokemon, like that's one of the ways I made millions and millions of dollars. I literally had one of the biggest Pokemon businesses back when Pokemon was hot in the beginning. I later sold the business. I'm totally out of it now. I don't really know much about it anymore, but man, I was like the biggest one in Pokemon cards. And now I'm seeing how crazy hot Pokemon is.
That was like late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah, that's when it was, late 90s, early 2000s. Because I was doing Beanie Babies, and then I got into Pokemon, and then I was doing Pokemon and Beanie Babies for a long time. And man, it was hot. And then I got Magic the Gathering and Yu-Gi-Oh.
He really resurrected it. Like there's other people that were involved, like Gary Vee was another big person that was like, oh, Pokemon cards are coming back. If you see the market before and after Logan Paul was in it, like he really made it happen. Like he's bought the most expensive cards in the world, and he really like inflated their value.
I saw a video where he bought like some crazy like sealed first edition box and it was fake.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. Yeah. It was like the biggest scam in Pokemon history.
Who lost all their money?
I don't know. Probably.
He got refunded probably for the person he bought it
Yeah,
from.
I'm sure. I think that's probably what it is. No way he's losing that money.
Yeah.
But
somebody lost a lot of money.
he reminds me like Oprah. I don't know if you ever heard of this, but like Oprah invested in like Weight Watchers like years back, and like the day that she said she was gonna invest in Weight Watchers like went through the roof because Oprah was involved. That's what Logan Paul is to everything he touches. Like if he's involved in some capacity, he just has such a cult following that like everything just does well.
Logan Paul is definitely hopping on the trend and making some pretty good returns on his investment. Let's check it out.
Turns out Pokemon is the highest grossing media franchise of all time, coming in at over $90 billion.
Turns out in one of these videos, he purchased a PSA 10 Char Rezard, sounds like a taco food, for $150K. And turns out the rapper Logic bought the same card for $220,000 the same month. He also bought
Are these like regular unlimited, like not first edition ones? Because I used to have hundreds of these things.
a booster box, whatever the hell that is, containing 36 pack of cards, a first edition Pokemon, super rare apparently.
First edition, I didn't have much of. The first edition there was never that much of first edition.
Holding in my hand the rarest, most expensive box of Pokemon cards on the planet. This is absolutely insane. Look at how beautiful this is. All right, so obviously a box of this caliber, when opened, deserves to be a spectacle. And that is why on October 9th at 6 p.m. PST, I will be opening this world record-setting $200,000 box of first edition Pokemon cards live.
And he ended up selling all 36 packs inside the booster box for $11,111 each. So let's do some quick maths. This guy's good, man. Much better than I expected. Sold those boxes, 36 each. That is $400,000 almost for $200,000 in profit just from getting that original booster box versus holding on to it. So he doubled his money. And that's just $270,000 just from 2 Pokemon deals. And he's probably done way more this year.
He sold it over market value. He was like, I'm gonna sell each pack for $11,000, which they weren't going for. Obviously, it's $250,000 for the whole thing. And he was like, but I'm gonna do it on a live stream, and I'm gonna say whoever bought its name as I open it, and they'll know that this is theirs, and everybody else will know that this is theirs. And that person is smart for doing it too, because they're like, this is the one that Logan Paul opened on his live stream. You know, there's just more value to the card because he opened it.
Just from the podcast sponsorships. Last one is the most common making money for content creators is money from YouTube ads. So how many views does he actually get on YouTube? Check out socialblade.com. It looks like he gets around 40 million views a month on his main channel and 17 million views a month on his podcast channel for a total of 57 million views, which is from socialblade.com. Now, only around 70% of the views on YouTube ads get monetized because some people leave before the ad blockers, whatever that is. So his monetizable available page views is around 39,900,000. So what is Logan Paul's CPM? It looks like the average US CPM is around $7. So let's do some math and actually see how much money he's making from YouTube ads. So the $7 he's making divided by 1,000, so it's every 1,000 views. It looks like he's making somewhere on the range of around $279,300 a month just from these ads. So what is the yearly revenue summary for Logan Paul? His boxing matches, over $1 million a year for him. His clothing line, Maverick, over $11 million a year. The Maverick Club, over...
It's just crazy that he could make that much on the merch. He could make that much on the merch. It's crazy.
For $5 million a year from that. His Pokemon card side hustle business, $270,000 a year. Podcast sponsorships, over $2 million a year. And money from his YouTube ads, $3.3 million a year for a totally yearly revenue of...
It shows that like even though like it's a YouTube thing and that's not how he makes most of his money. That's like his third out of all the different things. He makes way more money on the merch and on the... I know a bunch of other YouTubers that I became friends with, and they were telling me how much merch they sell. I'm like, it's just crazy that's how they make a good bit of money.
$3,485,980. So a quick disclaimer as well, this is his revenue and is not his profit. It also doesn't take into account all of the costs that are incurred to run these businesses. Plus, this is based on our research team's best estimates from everything we found online about it.
So he did a really good job of like narrowing down everything he did, but this video was released quite a while ago. So there's a couple of things that like I know of just being pretty like, I mean, I'm not even that into it, but I just know because of, they're pretty big news. Logan Paul's done 2 really big things that have made him like way more money than he's talking about. So like the first thing is Logan Paul released an NFT when NFTs were like killing it a couple months back. And I mean, he released something called 99 originals. So there's 99 of them, and each one of them were going for tens and tens of thousands of dollars, like 50, 60K. Like that was like, that's not, so I think some went into 6 figures, I'm pretty sure. So he made a shit ton of money off that. And then, like that first boxing match he mentioned?
Yeah.
Well, the person he did it with, they hated each other.
Right.
Well, now, I don't think they ever hated each other. I think they were just really good at marketing.
Right.
Well, now they're business partners in a sports drink that's like a competitor of Gatorade called Prime. And not kidding, for the first like 3 to 4 months that this drink was released, you could not buy one. Like every time they hit shelves, literally sold out everywhere. And even in some countries still it's sold out like that, to where they can't keep up with demand. Like in Dubai, he was saying that like a bottle of Prime is reselling for like $50 to $100. Like a bottle of a sports drink.
It's just like a Gatorade?
It's like a Gatorade, but it's only 25 calories, made of like some coconut water, but the exact same flavors, like fruit punch, lemon lime. Their branding is really good.
I never seen it in the grocery store. It's in the grocery store?
Yeah, I'm sure if I pointed it out, you would notice it.
Oh.
I can bring you one. We can have you try it. See what you
Yeah,
think
for
about
sure.
Prime. Now with social media, you're able to sell out of a product like that. Like when's the last time you went to a store and there's not Gatorade on the shelves? Like, like it's crazy. I mean, he's super intelligent. I think that's what you're like seeing the common trend on like really big YouTubers is there are some YouTubers that YouTube is their main income, but if they're like super intelligent, they find these like different lanes, to make a lot more money.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, I think to get that big, you have to be somewhat intelligent because, I mean, you could get lucky, but like most of them have to have some intelligence because luck is just not gonna bring you everywhere. You know, you have to have
strategy.
Yep.
No, I really like these type of videos. Like if anybody else finds another YouTuber, another like person that you want to know the business behind and want us to react to, keep it in the comments below.
If you guys like this video and want to see more of these same type of videos, like, subscribe, and comment in other videos you want to see me make.
See you guys. All right.